Hello, this is Angel. I wanted to thank those of you who have subscribed. I'm working on getting up to my 100 subscribers, and then we're going to start doing more videos. We're thinking of doing some roundtable type videos. There comes Nisa. Hello, there is the producer back there. Yep, that's little Nisa. Um, no, we've thought of taking some topics like questions about things going on today and politics and things like that, and getting the different alters' views on it. Also, different alters have decided to do some videos on the things that they have extreme skills in or feel like they're best at. Such as Nicole is going to start doing some makeup tip videos. As she says, the black under my eyes is not, well, it's leftovers of her doings, but she would never come on with it smeared like I did. But oh well. It's late at night, and I just wanted to thank everybody that has subscribed. I'm up to 77. That's kind of hard to believe. And I did notice that Tina's videos got a lot of views. So it may come down to who likes which altar and which one does what and what you want to talk about. But yeah, politics is definitely fun when you're multiple, because we sort of had to have our own debates inside to figure out exactly who the body was going to vote for. Who knows? Maybe next year, the Democrat part of us will win the vote instead of the Republicans. Who knows? Actually, I personally, Angel, believe it. What about just peopleness? Why we got to be left? Why we got to be right? Why not just be Americans? Care about the world that we live in, care about our country, and make our country the superpowered country that we're meant to be. We owe more people now than people owe us, and that's kind of messed up. It was never supposed to have been that way. So I guess I do agree with the president about that. As far as trade deals go, they should be, fair, equal trade deals. I mean, it's not fair for you to charge me 5 cents for something and me charge you $5 for it. So on that, I guess I would say, though I don't agree with a lot of things that Donald Trump does, Angel, yes, that can almost get you killed by LaDonna, who has always been a Trump supporter. I don't agree with everything he does, and I sure don't agree with everything he says or tweets. I really think the man is dangerous with tweeting. Do I like the fact that he talks to us one-on-one? Yes. I just wish he would think before he tweets what it's going to sound like, and the fact that it comes from the office of the President of the United States. Once you become President of the United States, you have a dignity to hold up for the office. And just the way he fires back and insults people, the producer has decided to join us behind me. There we go. What do you think of Trump, Nee? I know you weren't an Obama fan. Nene, what do you think of Trump? You don't know yet? You'll get back to me? Okay. Yeah. When she was a puppy, I used to put treats up and get her to do tricks, and I would tell her this wasn't Obamacare. She had to work for it. Well, now anything she does, she believes she should get a treat. So, I don't know. I might have taught her something really bad. If I want to kiss, she gets a treat. If I want to get on my bed, she gets a treat. Isn't that right, Nee? Yep, you get treats for everything. Do I believe in playing fire with fire? Yeah. I mean, like Kim Jong-un, when he was bad-mouthing and trash-talking, sometimes that's the only kind of talk people understand back. But when it comes to just the regular people, I mean, I don't like Omarosa. None of us agree that she should have been taping anything in the White House. But I don't see how going on Twitter and calling her a dog is exactly something I would expect the President of the United States to do, especially when his wife is anti-bullying. I don't know, some things he should just keep his mouth quiet about. We've talked about Putin, me, LaDonna, and Nicole. Tammy says that when she was out in the body, people talked about Russia as the cousins you had to invite to dinner, but you were watching your fine silver and making sure they didn't take it. Or you didn't eat what they brought for the potluck because you weren't for sure that they weren't going to poison you. But I don't really see Russia that way anymore, Angel. I see it as another country that's doing what they feel is best for their country. I don't really think it's America's business to keep getting involved telling every country how to run their life. But it seems like we do. We always got to run and help, advise, suggest. QAnon. For those of you who don't know about Q, I guess we need to start doing some more videos. Q is supposedly a top-level official who knows exactly what's going on behind the tables, behind the scenes, the whole 9 yards. And he goes on Reddit, well, that's one of the sites, and he drops breadcrumbs. And then you have to figure out the clues. Yes, we spend many hours watching Q because LaDonna really believes in Q. I'm skeptical. I don't know for sure what to believe. The one thing that got Angel to agree with the body voting for Donald Trump was because he admitted long ago that there was an Illuminati. He admitted that the government was pretty much ran by the elites and the Rothschilds. And we know what people who followed the Illuminati, what type of people they were, and the type of things they did, because we were born into a house that had Illuminati follower who was, well, I would say more than a follower, or he practiced what he felt was right about the Illuminati, I guess. I don't know. I just know there was a lot of satanic ritual abuse went on in that house. I know there was a lot of evil things that went on in that house. So, because Donald Trump admitted that, I gave my support to the body to vote for him. Now, there's two possibilities. He does know the truth. He never joined it. And he wants to not only drain the swamp, but drain the world of the high-powered elites and the Illuminati. Or he's been kept back and shielded by the Illuminati to be like a Trojan horse. He comes out and says he doesn't believe it, that he believes in them and that we're all telling the truth, those people who have told the stories. And he acts like he doesn't like them and he wants to get rid of them, when all along he's one of them. So I guess we'll have to see how it plays out for the next 4 to 8 years. And again, he could be playing on the people who are out there who believe that that is what caused their hurt in their life. And maybe it's a setup. I don't know for sure. Now, Q, back to Q. Q drops these breadcrumbs and you follow them. He asks you questions, you go research on your own, get your own answers. Now, as far as that's concerned, I wish the media did that. I wish they gave us the facts and then let us make our own decisions. Unbiased, un unopinionated. You know, there are opinion reporters and opinion news shows, and that's fine. But for our regular news, especially our White House news corps, I expect them to give us the facts and then let us decide what we believe. So that part of Q, I wish we had in the news. Whoever this is, even if they're pretending to be something they're not, they might ought to think about going into journalism, because it's about the most fair, unbiased I've seen. But I'm not, I can't understand, okay, if there was this big plan, this supposable behind the scenes plan so that the swamp could be drained, the Clintons took down a lot of the pedophilia. If there was such a plan, I can't understand why someone in the top layers of this would be dropping information. Now, they're not really dropping anything, I guess, that you could say that they're giving away national security data, because, like I said, he doesn't tell you as much as he asked you questions, such as one of his questions was, who's on the board of Netflix? And when you go and research, you'll find out that Susan Rice joined the board of Netflix. Yes, the same Susan Rice from the Obama-Clinton era. Why? Why would someone who had been in politics go to the board of directors of Netflix? I don't know. That's just kind of strange. Sorry, I had people walking over me, as we call it. LaDonna feels that they didn't start talking about this until Q was ready, until it was ready to get out there and educate people on what was going to happen, so that when it does happen, they won't have as many people just fall apart. I mean, look at Bill Cosby. There were people who idolized him, and to find out and to find he was guilty of his charges was devastating. And if the information about Q is correct, a lot of top named people who other people have idolized are going to be shown to be some very deviant, criminal, evil people. And you couldn't just pop that on the world, on the world, the country. And so around October of 2016, Q came around and started dropping hints. As LaDonna says, he drops no more than he really cares if it gets out in the public. But as popular as he's become, there's Q signs at the rallies, there's QAnon bumper stickers, there's QAnon cups, there's everything. And finally, the media is speaking about Q and QAnon, but they're calling it a right-wing conspiracy theory. So whether that is, because I do believe the media is corrupt. I mean, LaDonna and I have done enough research on that I do believe that. But I believe Fox is also bought and paid for just by the other side. So, like I said, there's no biased news, unbiased. There's no news there that's not left-wing, right-wing, or owned, or bought off, or controlled by the Democrats or the Republicans. We need that kind of news. I mean, BBC tries, PBS, but now just about anyone can be press. I mean, I listened to a video where the guy says, you know, anyone can be press. All you need is a camera and a following. Now, not anyone can be press in the White House briefings. A lot of people who are now doing what they're calling news are doing it on YouTube. And every morning, LaDonna and I, we check YouTube. That's where we go to check our news. Yeah, we follow different news people there on it, but that's where we go, because turning on any of the news stations, you're only going to get a bought and paid for version of the truth. None of us wanted Hillary in the office. I feel we had enough of Hillary being president when her husband was supposed to be president. And so that was another reason that Angel, decided to be okay with the body voting for Donald. Once it was over, I actually kind of wish I had voted for one of the other ones, the Green Party or the Independent, which I hadn't studied, but the news put Donald Trump on more than they even put Hillary. And they put Hillary and Donald on more than any of the others. So a lot of people, when they went in there, you go back to what you remember hearing. And you heard Trump and Clinton, Hillary. That was it. The world was centered on them and didn't even look to see if anybody else was running. Of course, they say that's throwing away your vote. I kind of wish that Trump had ran as an independent. I mean, he had the money. But there is a video that if you want to find out a little bit about Q, you want to find a little bit about the plan, it's called Q, the Plan to Save the World. It's a 14-minute video. Whether you're left, right, black, white, cop, citizen, it's only 13 minutes of your life. Listen to it. Research what they say. And then make up your own mind. I'm not for sure how to leave a link in the description, but I will try. And so, like I said, different topics. Yes, we have recently, I guess what, LaDonna, in the last 6 to 8 years, I guess, got into politics. We actually voted the first time when Obama ran. And it's always been a torn subject because we've got different people with different aspects of it. Like I said, I see LaDonna as more of a Republican. I see myself, Angel, as more of a independent thinker, and it doesn't matter to me if they're Republic or if they're Democrat. What matters to me is their policies and their principles and their own actions, not what party they're with. You know, in a way, I wish we could see the candidates and not really know what parties they're with and just hear the facts about them and hear their thoughts and their principles on things and not know which they were before deciding. You know, because there's some people who have always voted Republican. Their family always voted Republican, and they will always vote Republican. Same way on the Democrat. So people don't even really look at the ticket or the news. They just vote the same way they voted all their life. And now I don't think a Democrat and a Republic are even what they were 20 years ago. In some aspects, they've actually switched. LaDonna says that when Reagan was in office and the body was younger, she remembered a lot of listening to him with her mother and really respected him. And she said that may be part of what had brought her to liking Donald. I personally think she liked Donald before he started running for president, and more for his money than his thoughts and facts. But we will definitely find subjects, and each of us do different videos on them. At some point, we'll be taking questions from you all. If you want to ask a question and get my opinion, Angel, and LaDonna's opinion, and see how we both feel about something, then you would be able to write in the comments, and we would take them into consideration, and maybe pick your comment or your suggestion or question as one of our videos. Once I get to 100 subscribers, I think I can start offering more to my subscribers, such as prizes for coming up with the topics, but I need to get into that and see how that works with how you are paid for the ads and things like that. Tina is more about the military part of politics and just things in general. Tina does do some tarot cards, very passionate on different gods. And that's the other thing. There's actually, with our altars, some of us are Catholic, some of us are Baptist, some of us are Pentecostal. So even in religion, it's a mixed situation. So those are subjects we could talk about, and you could hear the different opinions we have on religion. And I personally, Angel, I explain to people I don't have a religion. I believe in my God, but I don't have a religion. Religion to me has caused death and war and famine and everything else. And so, no, I don't have a particular religious belief. Tammy is Pentecostal. Tamara is Catholic, and we always wondered why we would pass a church or something and do that Catholic cross thing. And when we found out and she came out of hiding, we assumed she's what we call our Catholic altar. That did not stop Angel, though, from cussing out a cardinal once. I thought he was a bishop. And I was in a hospital, and I kind of got upset, and they didn't have psych department there, so they sent me down what I thought to be the bishop. And in my defense, I was on some heavy medication, and yeah, I ended up not being too nice. But he came back. I give him credit. He came back. I don't know if I would have, but he did. Angel was saved in a church. That was probably back in 2000. Tammy was baptized. That was back in the late 80s, early 90s. So definitely, I think we got it covered there. But some of my people just recently started even considering there being a God. So yeah, we learn things from each other. On Sundays in the Mind House, they have church and they take turns teaching their religion. So the children in the Mind House can make up their own mind about religion. Who knows? Maybe they'll find their own philosophy. I don't know. But like I said, I do believe there's a God. I believe each individual may see their God in their own perspective of what they see him to be. But I do believe that there's a higher power and that there is something after death. Now, whether it's to keep coming back over and over, whether it's to go to a grand place, I don't know. My only problem with the heaven, Angel, and if anybody else in there agrees, let me know and I'll tell the audience. But Angel, I have a problem with the heaven described in the Bible. For it says, we shall not want, we shall not hunger, we shall not thirst, we shall not feel sadness. And I personally don't know how you could enjoy happy if you never remembered sad. How you could enjoy not being hungry if you've never been hungry. And if supposedly everything from this world is erased from our mind and we go to heaven and sit around on clouds completely needing nothing, and people play harps and music, that's really not what I'm looking for in the afterlife. That seems more occultish to me, because people get in the occult and the occult provides them with their needs, and they just keep just sitting there not feeling after a while or having emotions. I don't understand that part of heaven. God forgive me if I'm wrong for questioning it, but I just don't understand that part. Now, something I learned recently, yes, Tina, you are right. Recently, we had learned in the Bible, it does say that he will make the earth that's here into a new earth. Now, that part might be, but I would think we'd still have wants, needs. I mean, I just don't, it doesn't make sense to me to have no, I don't know, to be just nothing but happy all the time. I mean, give me some psych drugs. That would do that. That's why I don't believe in psych drugs. I want to find what makes me happy naturally and fix what made us sad and learn from it and close that chapter. But I don't want to just be deliriously happy and not know why. I don't know. So I, Angel, have a lot of thoughts about heaven. And believe me, I tell God all the time, when I get up there, you need to pencil some time because I got a lot of questions for you. And that is true. I mean, tornado hits a bar, doesn't kill anyone. Tornado goes across the street and hits a church and kills everybody. It doesn't make sense to me. As Tina said, he's supposed to be a holy father, the holiest father figure we can have. A father wouldn't let, if he had the control to stop it, wouldn't let a tornado kill his children. So yeah, religion is definitely a mixed up bunch in there, and it didn't help. We still haven't figured out our grandmother's religion. Some people say that it almost comes across as Jewish. She had some strange beliefs. Things that we had to later on find out weren't exactly what she claimed for them to be. Luckily, Mama and Papa from the game, Mama's knows a lot about religion, so she's been able to kind of step us and cross us through there. But again, that's her belief, her perception of the Bible. And the Bible, again, is a man-written book. So that makes me wonder, too. You know, who decided what all would go in the Bible? Like any book, you end up with some extra pieces. And then your editor decides which chapters go in, which chapters you rearrange. So what did they leave out? And does the Bible speak of today? Does the Bible tell us the answers to questions that are happening in the here and the now? Does the Bible tell us anywhere whether certain things that you can do now is right or wrong? Technology, I don't see that mentioned anywhere. And also, there's another interesting theory. And since one thing about being multiple research a lot, there's some interesting theories by Mark Taylor. He claims that God came to him with a prophecy. It's called the Trump prophecy. Do I believe him? I, Angel. Iffy. Tina, what do you think? And Tina says not since he wrote a book. She doesn't feel that if it was from a God that he would want him to profit off of his prophecies. But he does have some interesting thoughts. The wording seems like the words from the Bible. Would God still speak that way? I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely do some research on QAnon, and Mark Taylor. I'll put all that in the description. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell as we get some more videos going so you get some notifications. Please share our link with your friends so that we can get up to the 100 mark and start doing some more interesting videos and maybe get some better equipment at some point. So, again, from the Reb family, all of us, we want to thank you for those who have subscribed and joined and who do get our notifications. We will see you next time. Again, I am Angel from Reb's Community. I am the host. And we will be doing a video on terminology for multiple personality disorder, so that everyone understands when we speak of like the inside, alters, hosts, internal self-helpers. So we are going to do a video on that. We just want to get it researched, get it down on paper so you don't get me rambling like I am now. And little producer, are you going to say goodnight, Nee? Nee, say goodnight. All right, my producers went to sleep and left me doing all the work. Love you guys. Hope to see you next time.